Buenos días, señores y señores, y bienvenidos a JHouze Radio. Hoy tenemos el fantástico KJ y yo, como siempre, Los, el jodón de radio. Okay.
I freaking love when you do that, Los. I love it.
Yeah, when I pull the Telemundo voice.
When you do the Telemundo. Anyways,
Yo,
guys, welcome. Like he said, J House Radio, episode 26.
I had to do a Spanish commercial. I think it was a mattress commercial. This was like years and years and years and years ago.
Okay.
So I had to use that voice for it, you know. And
Is that online somewhere?
No, dude, this was like on radio in Philly. Like this is we're talking like decades ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it was funny too because every way I said it, people said it sounded perverted.
What?
Yeah.
Well, you know,
would,
Los, we know how you are, man.
I would say things like "Ven a la tienda, vamos a la cama y comprar que te gusta," and if you translate it into "Come to the store, come to the bed, and buy what you like." But the little bit of inflections in Spanish, right? It made it seem like, we got hookers here.
Oh, I can see where they get that from. Then that's probably why they said
that. Yeah. So I wound up doing the commercial like 6 times.
Wow.
Till they finally got it right. And which one do they air? The one that sounds perverted.
Really?
Yeah. I thought it was fucking funny.
So what you been up to, Los? What's new, man? What's floating in your boat, buddy?
Not a whole heck of a lot, man. It's just kind of the world hasn't opened up again, so really, like, what is there to do? Like, I'm doing stuff at home, which is great.
Yeah.
And I can be a homebody and be happy, absolutely not a problem.
Yeah. Same here.
But at the same, but for me, I feel sorry for my girl because, like, I can't take her anywhere. Like, I want to take her somewhere, but I can't take her anywhere. Even if something as simple as, oh, let's go out for coffee. We have pretty much one option, which is Starbucks. Okay? And we can't sit in the Starbucks. And if you sit outside the Starbucks, it's just so many people just look at you because where I'm at, the tables are like literally right next to the in and out door.
Yeah. So you're like facing them. Yeah, I could imagine.
Yeah. So it just kind of feels like, they're not. They're only looking at you to not step on you or bump into you.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of annoying. And just to sit in the car, like, I feel like she deserves better.
Yeah. Plus, it'll be weird, just be sitting in the car. It's like, hey, let's go get coffee. And then you just sit in the car and sip on your latte. It's like,
right.
Okay.
But if I go to where your old job was,
yeah.
We would just sit on the tail of the truck, which is better. But again, like, I want her to, I think she deserves better. We can't, like, both of us are not ready to go in to sit in a restaurant.
Oh yeah, definitely not. Same here. I don't think I'm ready to do that yet. The closest I'll do is to sit outside at a table.
Yeah.
No Mercy in chat says, I'm back. So how are you both? We're doing great. So we're actually talking about how we're doing right now, actually. But appreciate you stopping by.
Yes.
Haven't seen you in a while.
Yes.
Thanks for hanging
out. The other thing too is, like, if you go sit outside, there is no social distancing. Like, you're sitting back to back with people and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So it's kind of like, well, I don't want to be there either. So I just kind of feel bad.
I do notice that with a lot of outside the restaurants that make you sit outside. I noticed that people are still kind of close. So I'm like, how is that really social distancing? It's not really. Especially since, like you said, you're like back to back to each other. There's not really much of a difference.
Yeah.
I do feel bad for anybody who is in a relationship going through this right now. Especially when you want to do things with your significant other and you kind of can't. You can, but it's limited. It's like saying, hey, you can go to a sushi bar, but you can't eat the sushi, but you can have the shrimp rolls. You know what I mean?
It's like
weird.
To a sushi bar, handing a menu, and you're like, I want this, we don't have it. I want this, we don't have it. I want this, we don't have it. The thing you don't like, we have plenty of that.
Exactly. Like, that's literally what it feels like when you try to go out and try to have a good time, basically. Let's say the pandemic is done next week. Everything's fine. Everything's open. What is the first thing you guys want to do together?
Archetypus.
What is that?
Don't you remember that one restaurant by River Road where the walls look like bodies?
Oh, yes, I remember that. I went there once.
Yes.
I went there once. Oh, that amazing restaurant.
As soon as it's safe, there's where I want to take her.
Awesome. I forgot what they served there. What did they serve there for the audience so they know what we're talking about?
Um, their ice cream is amazing. Their cakes are pretty good, and they serve like a lot of wraps and stuff with hummus and chips and things like that.
Okay.
I mean, it's technically a restaurant, but it's not like a grilled chicken wrap and things like that. It's not like high end. It's all about atmosphere in that place.
I like restaurants like that where you go to and like the food is good, but like you're there for the atmosphere. I like restaurants like that. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And there's where I want to take her to.
Okay, cool. So what are you, if you're playing anything, what are you playing? And if you're listening to anything, what are you listening? Because you already mentioned what you're watching.
Assassin's Creed Origins.
Yo, you're on this insane Assassin's Creed kick right now, man.
Bro, I love Assassin's Creed.
Wow.
But it's sort of weird. Like, as I'm playing and I'm trying to be sneaky.
Okay.
Once I get discovered, I'm like, screw this. And I
know.
Like, I run in like a tank and I kill everything.
That's kind of how I am when it comes to like stealth games. I'll try my best to be stealthy, but the minute I get caught, I'm like, screw it, all bets are off now. I'm caught. Let's just go buck wild and go Rambo.
What's even worse, like I'm sitting in a spot for like 5 minutes waiting for like the guard to come close. And then somebody spots me in that process. I'm like, screw this. And I kill everybody and everything. There's one encampment with something like 30 guards and like they were all done. And I released all these prisoners. And I was like, all right, nobody else left to kill? We're done here.
Oh wow. Yeah, I need to jump back into the Assassin's Creed games. I still haven't beat what is it, Odyssey? I think it was Odyssey. Yeah.
Which one is Odyssey?
No, not Odyssey. Odyssey is the Greek one, yeah, I think. Origins is the one I have. That's the one that I gotta play because I have it on PC and I just never jumped into it yet. It's kind of intimidating.
It's not actually. It really isn't.
No.
It's not.
What
got me on what I like about and mind you, I'm playing it on a PS4, and the visuals are beautiful.
Oh yeah, I'm actually, that's one thing I noticed about current gen is that a lot of games on current gen still look amazing. They look so good, you know. And I'm like, do we really need next gen consoles? I mean, games look pretty good right now. So
yes, but you know what? We also said that during Super Nintendo. We said that during the Wii.
Yeah, true.
You know, like it's all relative.
Yeah.
You know, like when 360 was out, we were like, oh, the graphics are amazing. But now if you play 360, you're like, oh, I mean, they're okay.
This is not bad.
My phone's got better. It's all right.
Dark Legion in chat says, other words, you two are more of a loud and proud type, not really like being stealthy, being healthy. Not really. It's very situational for me. It's very situational.
I come in trying to be stealthy.
Yeah.
And I can accomplish 70% of my missions stealthy.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like once my cover's blown,
that's it. Yeah.
I don't care.
Same here. Yeah. I guess that's probably the best way to put it.
Every side mission that there is to level up my character, I try to get every like great weapon, because if I get discovered, that's it. I'm a tank.
He's like, that's it. I'm done. Screw it.
That's it. I'm a tank.
Okay. Yeah. So, are you listening to anything right now? Or not really? No?
Not really. Actually, no, I am. Little Dicky.
What? You listen to Little Dicky, but you won't listen to what's his name? Logic. That's interesting.
Okay. So this is how I started listening to Little Dicky.
Okay.
It was on Reddit. Okay, under funny, under the funny category.
Yeah.
And they said, and it was, oh, this rapper about he's obsessed with his girl's ex-boyfriend. So I was like, okay, I'll watch it.
Okay.
And then in the bio it says rapper from Philadelphia. I'm like, yo, Philly.
Oh, that's why it comes out.
So then I watched it and I was fucking dying of laughter, and I loved, and he just had flow. So not little by little, started listening more and more to Little Dicky, but now I'm into his freestyles.
You know what? He actually does a lot of parody songs. He did a song with Chris Brown about being in Chris Brown's body, and Chris
Freaky
Brown
Friday.
was in his body. Yes, that was actually a pretty funny song. Pretty funny song.
No,
Pretty good.
the one you'll be impressed at is the song "Sports."
Sports. I don't think I heard that one yet. I've only heard like a handful of his songs. Like I haven't really listened to all of them. So, well, speaking of music, since we're already on that, I'm gonna transition to what I'm listening to right now. I recently listened to Nas's new album, King's Disease.
Okay.
I didn't like it at all.
You did it, really?
I didn't like it. I didn't. It was. I feel like Nas is done at this point. I mean, he still has some things to say. He still has some catchy punchlines and things like that. I was really bored. I can tell he's reached that point where it's like, all right, Nas, you had your time. You're not really saying anything right now. I mean, you're saying something, but it's just not interesting to me.
Is it the fact that his style is too old, or is it what he's saying?
I think it's more so just what he's saying. I feel like he's trying to fit into the trend. Not really fit in. It's really hard to describe it. I mean, like, you get guys like Jay-Z, and even though he's been in the game for 20,000 years, I still find his music interesting because I feel like he still has stories to tell. And I feel like Nas doesn't really have a lot of stories to tell at this moment. And if he does, it's stuff we already heard before. And I feel like he's trying to find a reason to make music instead of having something to say, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense.
You know what I mean? So it's nothing against him. I'm not saying, he's a horrible artist. He's definitely up there with one of the greats. I just don't find his music entertaining. The album just did not do it for me. I mean, there was maybe one song in there that I liked. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head right now, but I didn't like it. If I had to rank it on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it a 5, in my opinion.
Yeah, you like Kanye.
Old school Kanye, get it right. I like old school Kanye. The last great Kanye album would have to be not College Dropout. What is it? What was the second album? The second or third album?
Bro, I don't know any of his
I don't
albums.
remember.
I, as an artist, I can't stand him.
I can't stand him now. If he makes music now, I just don't even listen to it anymore. Don't do it.
The only song of his that I've managed to hear, 2 songs of hers I've heard from beginning to end, was the one he did for Jarhead, Jesus Walks.
Oh, yeah.
Right? But as soon as he starts talking, he's like, I'm nasal.
Kanye is very nasally. I would definitely agree with you. He's very nasally. Jesus Walks, I don't think we will ever get another song like that from him ever again. I think that was it.
But it's not the lyrics that push the song, it's the music.
Oh yeah. I mean, the lyrics helped, but the music was definitely the backbone of why that song became successful. Because like one thing, like you said before, Kanye is an amazing producer. He produced Nas one of his most recent albums, like maybe 2 years ago, and just like listening to the chords and just the music he put together for that album was just amazing. He has a really creative mind, but lyrically, he just needs to stop. Let it go. What I'm watching, the NFL is back. Did you watch the game on Thursday? No. Are you surprised that the NFL is back? Kansas City and Texans. So the Chiefs.
Like, I'm gonna watch that game.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't care about either team. I more so watched the game because I wanted to see NFL post COVID. That's what I was looking for. I didn't really care about who was playing, what they were doing. I wanted to see how NFL was handling post COVID. Are
they doing it like baseball with an empty stadium?
All right, so here's how they're doing it. So first off, if you're tailgating, you can only be in one parking spot, and then it skip 2, and then you can be in another parking spot if you're tailgating. You can only stay with your tailgating party. You cannot transfer around. That's 1. 2, the first few rows of the arena are blocked off. So like I don't know, let's say like the first 10 first 10 rows, those are blocked off. They don't want you close to the players. They also have nets that go up to keep you back as well. Coaches have to wear these little plastic mask things that come down their face, basically. Face shields. Yeah, face shields. They have to wear that. Referees wear masks. Everybody is tested in the NFL daily. Um,
Daily, damn.
yeah, daily. Like if you're in your building, you have to get tested. If you come back tomorrow, you got to get tested. What else did they do different? One thing that was also, and this is a crazy topic too. So they also did the Black National Anthem before they did the regular national anthem. And now the NFL is allowing teams to decide whether or not they want to be on the field for either one.
Okay.
What's your opinion on that?
Forgive my ignorance, but what is the Black National Anthem?
Lift every voice and sing. You never heard that?
I've never heard of it.
What?
Now I gotta YouTube this.
Really? Hold on. Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Wow. Like you never even heard it?
No.
Wow. Before the game, they will sing. Well, I don't know if they're doing this for every game. I think this is just for week 1. Don't quote me on that, but I think this is just for week 1. They're going to do the Black National Anthem because of what's going on in the country with racial injustice, et cetera, et cetera. They do that, and then, like I said, they do the regular national anthem after that, and they're allowing teams, if they want, to stay on the field for either one. I think Kansas City, one of the teams, I don't know which one, stayed off the field for both because they didn't want to show that they're supporting one and not supporting the other. So they just stayed off the field for both.
I can see the good points and bad points of that.
Okay.
The good points is being neutral, but you can also be neutral by being on the field for both.
Sure. So, yeah, you're right. Because you didn't have to kneel for either one. You didn't have to hold your hand up for either one. You could have just stood there. I agree. I respect the fact that the NFL is acknowledging this and that they're allowing teams to like take their own stand on it and not punishing the players. You know what I mean? Because if you think about it, Kaepernick started this whole movement when he kneeled. Like once he kneeled, that changed everything in the league. Changed everything.
See, what pisses me off, people like, oh, he has no right to kneel. And I'm like, bullshit. This country, you're supposed to have freedom of expression. Okay? Yeah. Whether you like that opinion or not is not the point.
Yeah.
But you, everyone has the right to freedom of expression. This is why soldiers fight on the battlefield. That's why they join the military. That's why they fight in wars. That's why they defend the country, to allow people to share their, to have their freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's racist. Doesn't matter if it's conservative. Doesn't matter if it's liberal. Doesn't matter if it's right wing. Doesn't matter if it's left wing. Doesn't matter if it's a popular or unpopular opinion. You have the right to express yourself. I personally never saw what the big deal was because he kneeled. Okay?
Yeah.
I don't. You know, his choice, his right, he can do it. And I think that's a Trump thing that people were upset. Okay? Yeah. Where they want to force you to do what you want. Well, then whatever happened to freedom of expression?
And you know the part that sucks is that it almost feels like he doesn't have a job to this day because of that. And
You're
now
100% correct.
And now look at how the league is accepting players taking their own stand. So yes. It sucks. It sucks that he doesn't have a job because of that. Because now, if he would have did that this past Thursday, he would have still had a job. People would have looked at him and say, "Well, you know what? He has his right." But a few years ago, he got punished for it. Sucks to say.
But what brought that on? People agreeing he has that right is 4 years of Trump.
Yes. Great point. Great point.
Seeing that things little by little were turning into, first of all, America is no longer a great country. We are just a country. Everything Trump did made people, you know, like his thing is, oh, people are laughing at us. No, they weren't laughing at us before. Now they're laughing at us.
Yeah.
Because everything starts from the top.
Yeah.
You have bad leadership, inspires bad people to do bad things, and the more you accept it, the more it becomes commonplace. The more it becomes commonplace, the more it poisons everyone else.
Yeah.
Obama's presidency was the first sign that there will eventually be an end to the stupidity of racism. What is your random fact, my friend?
My random fact, this comes from technotification.com. The PlayStation was originally designed as a Nintendo console, with Sony to make the inside components. When Nintendo console, okay, this is definitely worded weird. When Nintendo console changed their mind about making the console, Sony decided to go ahead and make the console themselves. So it was the PlayStation was originally a collaboration between Sony and Nintendo until Nintendo backed out and Sony said, "Screw it, I'm gonna stick with it." You know, so could you I wonder how gaming would have been different now if Sony would have backed out too. What if they both just said, "Screw the project, let's just throw it away"? How would the gaming landscape look today? It would look so different. We probably wouldn't have had Microsoft.
It would be it would be. It would be.
Think so?
It would be. I think it would be between Google, Apple, and Microsoft.
Yeah, that's interesting, man. That's interesting.
You ready for my fact?
Yeah, let's hear it. Go for it.
7% of American adults,
okay,
believe that chocolate milk comes from brown cows.
What? 7%?
7%.
That's a big. That's a big percentage. I don't think I've. Maybe when I was a kid, I probably thought that. Really though? Dark Legion in chat has the emoji of his hand over his face. Really?
Yeah.
That's insane. Wow. I'm really surprised at that. I'm really surprised.
I'm kind of not.
Because of how society is nowadays. Yeah, I can understand that. I can definitely understand that.
It's a little more than that. There are just certain parts of this country, and I mean as a general population, who doesn't want to learn.
Yeah.
And I'll leave it at that. And I'll leave it at that because I'll go off on a tangent, and I'm sick of tangents.
All right, let's jump into our news topics. First topic I want to jump into. The Pentagon. This is actually an old story, surprisingly. The Pentagon has officially released a statement. This is back in July that I saw this, that they admitted to the fact that they have unidentified, out of this world aircrafts. So for anybody who's watching this live, this is actual live footage from fighter pilots of aircrafts flying at crazy speeds. And a lot of the air pilots said that a lot of these aircrafts don't look like aircrafts that they've seen before. These guys are flying in the air. They see a lot of shit. And they can, and look at this one right here. This one rotated in the air. What the hell is that? And like I said, it's not just the video that we're going off of. The Pentagon, this is not some little magazine at your supermarket stand. The Pentagon admitted that they have out of this world technology and aircrafts that is not human made.
Okay. The conspiracy theorist in me has one opinion and the normal me has another one.
Okay.
Let's go with the normal one first. It is mathematically impossible for us to be the only life in the universe. So could there be out of this world aircraft existing somewhere? Yes. But why would they want to come here? We are like the hillbillies of the universe.
The hillbillies of the universe. That is a good question.
I mean, unless they're like, yo, check these crazy motherfuckers out. We still have people who believe in a flat earth, we have people who think wearing masks means they can't breathe. Hello? What do you say to doctors who wear masks for 16 hours during surgery? You're gonna say they can't breathe. Are they passing out every 5 minutes because they have no oxygen? Come on.
Yeah, this is actually a statement I wanted to read here for our audio listeners from the U.S. Department of Defense. The Department of Defense is releasing the videos in order to clear up any misconceptions by the public on whether or not the footage that has been circulating was real or whether or not there is more to the videos. The aerial phenomena observed in the video remains characterized as unidentified. So they're not technically saying that it's alien. They're just saying that's their nicer way, I guess, of saying that it is by just saying it's unidentified. But they have it in possession. So I'm sure they kind of have an idea of what they're looking at here. And if it's alien,
if they have it, they're like, oh shit. I identified that as a UFO.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like, I mean, we've seen a lot of movies. Independence Day is one of my favorite films. When it comes to sci-fi films, I never in a million years thought that I would ever hear. As much as we see the, documentaries and YouTube videos and stuff, I never thought that I would ever hear the Pentagon admit to it. That is weird.
I think they're not giving people their credit.
Okay.
You know, and originally I kind of think why people said aliens built the pyramids because they didn't want to admit like there's this African country with dark-skinned people who could be smart enough to do it.
Yeah.
And then it runs over to Central South America. Well, I can't believe these Indians could be smart enough to do this. And then they go to China. I can't believe these Chinese people are smart enough. I think a lot of that is just stupid ignorance from stupid people.
Yeah.
You know?
And a lot of it also comes from people saying that at the time that these pyramids were built, how would they have had the technology to build it? Like, compared to what we have now, compared to what they have then? I mean, like you said, yeah, they could have just been some smart ass people. We don't know. We weren't there.
Here's the thing nobody realizes. A human being from then physically is exactly the same as a human being from now.
All right, so our last news topic that we're going to jump into, we were kind of already talking about Trump, but you had something you wanted to throw in there about Trump in regards to the coronavirus.
Yes. Give me 1 second because I have it here.
Sure.
There's a thing called the Woodward tapes where someone from, I want to say the Times or the New York or the Washington Post.
Okay.
Interviewed Trump for several hours, and he admits that he didn't care about the coronavirus.
That he didn't care about the coronavirus?
No. He goes, I know it's a big problem, but I'm not going to mention anything because, I don't want nobody to panic. Doesn't matter what it causes, but as long as nobody panics, I'm good.
That's a very weird attitude for our president to have towards a global pandemic, honestly.
Again, self-centered. He saw it as, well, I can invest in the company that makes the vaccine and I can earn millions off the vaccine. It doesn't matter what it costs in people, in lives, in money, in jobs, in careers, in family structures, in communities, in education.
That's horrible, man.
When you're all about yourself, you don't care how your actions affect everybody.
Yeah. That's freaking horrible. Every time I hear stuff that come out of his mouth, I just like, there is so many people I've heard say, whether they're serious or not is another story. But I've heard so many people that I know say, man, if Trump gets reelected, I am leaving this country. I'm going to Canada. I hear so many people say that.
And my fear is if Trump doesn't get elected, there's going to be a civil war.
If he doesn't?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Why?
There are militias walking fully armed, 100 people. We're talking like AR-15s, 50 caliber, 30 caliber machine guns walking up to government buildings and walking past protesters to say, we're a militia, we believe in Trump and blah, 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 blah. That's my fear.
I didn't think about that. That's actually a good point.
And because of how bad the intelligence community has become, because they've put so many stopgaps in things, and because the government has stopped caring about its people, that it's going to take a while for the government to organize to squash this. And when or if they do, and if it gets to that point, how much lives that's going to cost? How much of violence is that going to cost? And what communities are going to suffer? Because those militias aren't in your neighborhood. They're not in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
They're in like Montana in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So those communities are going to suffer. And what the backlash from that's going to be.
That's an interesting point.
They're not going to blame it on their ignorance. They're going to blame it on you and me.
Yeah.
Because of this.
Yeah.
And that's my fear.
I never actually thought about that. That's actually a really good point. let's jump into our show topics. We got some pretty interesting show topics for you guys right now. First thing I want to jump into is something that's really blowing up right now. Xbox has finally released their prices for their consoles, almost because they had to. So the Xbox Series S, which is the cheaper version, is still going to run 4K, still going to get ray tracing.
No. It's not running 4K. It's running 1440.
1440, you're right.
1440.
Great correction. 1440. It's going to upscale to 4K in certain situations, and it's still going to have 120 frames, which is amazing. The memory is a little smaller. I think we're looking at like a 500 something hard drive, I believe.
512.
512. And it's $299. And the Xbox Series X is going to be $499. How do you feel about those prices? I think those are pretty good prices.
I am saving for the S.
You're saving for the S? Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I think it sucks that they were planning on doing another event basically to announce all these details, but it sucks that somebody had to leak it to the point where it forced them to put out these information on it.
Listen, don't believe that, someone leaked it and forced it. Bro, that is now part of marketing. That is part of marketing now. Oh, somebody leaked it, so we had to give it out. No, you could have denied it. You could have said this person's crazy, that's fake, blah, blah, blah. If you release a couple hours later, you planned it. Because now people who don't want to, retweet or talk about the leaks will now talk about the official. So now you have double the coverage. Bro, it's 100% a marketing ploy.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I mean, I'm actually gonna go back on the video a little bit here. What do you think of the design of the 1S?
I love it.
You love it? I don't like it.
I love it. Okay. In Unbox Therapy, they received Xbox sent them not a console, but just essentially the housing. So
yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Xbox, and it can lay on its side. It's not that much. It's not that big. It's how they put it. It's 2 controllers wide and 1 controller deep. That's tiny.
Yeah, look at it. It's nearly 60% smaller than the Xbox Series X. That is small.
The only thing that I don't like about it, because I like to own the game media.
Yeah.
Is there's no port for physical media.
Yeah. And
that is my only negative, but I like the form factor.
Yeah, the form factor is nice. I mean, me personally, I don't know if I'm ready to go all digital yet. One, because I still have a lot of DVDs. And Dark Legion in chat says it looks like a washer. It does look like a washer setup. If you look at it, it does look like a washer.
It looks like a dryer. Get it right.
Yeah, there we go. A dryer. It looks like a dryer. Some people said it looks like a turntable, like a DJ turntable. If you turn it on his like flat side, it looks like a turntable.
No. I DJ'd on turntable.
He's like, that's not no damn turntable.
That is not a turntable.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great price. I think it's a steal for anybody who doesn't care about 4K, for anybody who wants to, just get next gen features at a discount, and you don't mind 1440p and you don't mind all digital. Then yeah, I can see that working great for somebody. And it's coming out November 10th, by the way. Both consoles are coming out November 10th. Me personally, I'm not too crazy about the design, but all of the consoles look freaking weird anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter.
Every new aesthetic looks weird.
Yeah, always.
Every new aesthetic looks weird.
Well, that's the thing with the Series X, which is the big boy, which are getting all the crazy features. They do have a external memory card option, so to speak, basically. So you can add more memory. I think that one's coming. I believe it's only 1 terabyte. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that.
Is it an SD card or is it a hard drive or is it?
It's an SSD. It's a custom SSD that they're running. Okay. And yeah, you're gonna get the 4K. You're gonna get the ray tracing. You're gonna get the 120 frames. It's a pretty beefy console. I mean, I feel like if I get it, I would want to go with the big boy. And they're also offering payment plans, basically. It's the Xbox All Access program that they're doing. So
isn't that a subscription for games?
No, the subscription for games is the Xbox Game Pass, where you pay a certain amount of money a month. You get a certain amount of games through Game Pass that you can just download and play or stream. No, I think it's all download. So that's Game Pass. The All Access allows you to pay for either the Series X or the Series S on a monthly payment. I like this design better. I don't know why. I think because it looks like a computer tower. I like it better, in my opinion.
Yeah, but no, very few people are going to have it in that orientation.
Exactly. And I
Have it on its side.
I saw people lay it on the side, and the disk drive is on the top, and I think that just looks so weird on the side. It just looks weird, in my opinion. I will find a way, if I get this version, I'll find a way to make it stand up, because I feel like it just looks a lot better when it's standing up, in my opinion.
Not me, because I was using Macs when it was, a Power PC, when it was using the Power PC processor, and and the DVD drives were on top. So to me, that's not a new thing. It's normal. It's something I've seen before and used before.
Yeah. Dark
but
Legion.
Again, that's me.
Dark Legion says it looks like a mini fridge.
Bro, stop talking about mini fridge. You're gonna make me hungry, bro.
Oh man. I mean.
No, but I agree with him on that one. It does look like a mini fridge.
Yeah.
It really does. It honestly does. Is the PS5 also going to offer a cheap version and an expensive version?
Well, now that's the thing. We know that there's going to be a digital and just a standard version that comes with the disc drive. We don't know yet about price. That's the only thing. Now, if you're PlayStation and you see that their cheaper version is $299, and it only does 1440p, and the other one is $499. Now the PlayStation, they're pretty much essentially, from what they say, they're both the same exact hardware on the inside. The only difference is one doesn't have a disc drive. Would you try to do the same exact price matching as them? Or do you think it's best for them to just do their own thing and have the discless version go for $400 instead of $399 like Xbox?
I think that Sony will do a more expensive product at first, and then within a year, drastically cut the price to match the Xbox.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that. I don't know. Sony is already known to be the most popular product right now. Anyway, people are more invested in that ecosystem. Sony just has some amazing exclusives. It's kind of hard to beat Sony right now. I think no matter what Sony does, people are still going to buy it. Like me, I'm going to buy Sony. I mean, I'm going to buy a PS5 no matter what. I mean, I doubt that.
I'm going to buy a PS5 for one simple reason: Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, exactly.
And then the next one is God of War.
Exactly. Like, see, that's the thing. It's like Xbox, they have some decent games, but they don't have system sellers. They don't have that game to say, man, I'm going to get an Xbox because I want to play that freaking game. You can say that with PlayStation. You got Spider-Man, God of War.
For all we know, Microsoft can have that system game, on lock, and they're waiting to announce everything at once.
Very true. I mean, Microsoft did buy a crap ton of studios within the past, 2 or 3 years. So they got some stuff cooking. We just got to see what they're going to do with these studios. Honestly, PS5 is finally, and I'm guessing because Microsoft came out and, announced everything, PS5 is finally going to have their event Wednesday. I think that's Wednesday, September 16th at 1 p.m. PT. So I'm guessing that's where we're going to get everything that we need to know. We're going to get price. Hopefully, I find it weird if we don't get price. We're going to get price, and we're going to get more details about these consoles, hopefully, to figure out what's going to be inside these bad boys, what's going to be some of the features, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm looking forward to it.
5 is so ugly.
I know it. Everybody says it looks like a router. It literally just looks like.
It really does look like a router.
It looks like a straight up router. Honestly, I would like if they actually offer a black option. They do.
Oh,
really?
They're going to offer the sides that are white. They're going to be able to be slipped off, and you can put any other color you want. It was already announced. I forgot where I saw it, but it was probably Reddit where I saw it.
That's going to be amazing. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm still debating if I want to go all digital or not. I mean, there's rumors saying that Xbox might have a discless version of the Series X. If that is the case, then I'll get a discless Series X. I mean, yeah, I'll get a discless Series X, and I'll probably get the PlayStation 5 with the actual like disk drive in there, because I still have DVDs and stuff. So
Do you have a 4K TV?
yes.
Okay. For
So
you, it makes sense. For me, it doesn't.
yeah. So I would definitely get it in 4K. They have a media remote. I actually forgot about the media remote.
Which is cool because, back in the day, inviting girls over to watch a movie and you're pulling out your controller is not that. That's not a good look.
Netflix and chill. All right, let me go grab my PS5 controller, baby. Like, yo,
Yeah.
what? You play video games? Me too. So
That shit rise up right away.
yeah, right. Like, oh man, I love you. I love you. Other than that, that's pretty much it for our episode today. Los, you want anything? You have anything you want to leave with the people before we get out of here?
Yes. Use your brain.
Use your brain.
Yeah, use your brain. I'm serious. Whatever topic you might be curious on, use your brain.
Okay.
And it's Facebook is not the research tool that you expect it is.
Yes. Please. Thank you. Somebody funny said that.
But yeah, man, like seriously, like people need to use their brain and realize that there's more to life than just what's outside your window, man. Learn something. I know books are an obsolete idea, man, but the internet has all the information you could ever possibly want. Bro, here's a perfect example. I loved dinosaurs as a kid, and as a kid I wanted to be a paleontologist.
Really?
To this day, I still learn about fucking new dinosaurs.
I know. Same here.
I have no need, but I do it.
I think I would normally have a recommendation at this point in the show where we do our recommendations, but kind of feeding off what Lois said, the only thing that I would recommend, guys, is sometimes take a break from your phone, take a break from social media.
Oh, there's something else I would recommend.
Okay.
As stupid as it sounds, watch shows that only had one season and got canceled.
Interesting. Random.
Okay.
Why you say that?
I started rewatching this TV show called Almost Human. Okay.
I heard about that. I want to watch that. I haven't seen it yet, but I heard about it.
IMDb TV. Watch it for free.
I keep forgetting IMDb. Everything has a freaking streaming service now, man. IMDb has a streaming service.
Literally, go to IMDb, search Almost Human. It'll tell you stream this episode and watch all 13 episodes. You'll absolutely love it.
I'm going to type that in because I'm going to watch it after we get off stream tonight.
And do you know what my favorite part about the show is?
What?
That it does the one thing that I wish every television show would do.
What?
Not talk about race or color. People are just people.
Honestly, it is kind of reassuring when a show just lives in its own world. It just does its own thing.
And that show lives in its own world.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm rewatching the 2014-2016 Knight Rider.
My God. Wow. Are you serious?
Yeah, dude. Like,
oh, man.
Shows, like, if you watch them, you're like, this was good. Why did it get canceled? And you realize you didn't watch it, and that's the reason why.
I'm actually thinking about going back, and I probably...
Your brother says he knows a lot of shows like that.
Yeah, more shows need to be like that. But I need to go back and watch High Fidelity, the TV show on Hulu. It was just so good. I want more of it. And I just feel like I just didn't get enough. It's only one season with like maybe 6 episodes. That season needs to have like 12 or 20 episodes. It's so freaking good. It's about music. Wow. It's about art. It's about love and relationships. You got to watch it, chat. That's my recommendation.
Oh, I love it. What's that one show? Remember that movie where you took a pill that made you smarter?
Oh, chat. Fact check. What's the name of that movie? I know exactly what you're talking about. I can't think of the name right now. Somebody quick, hurry up. Say it. Go.
Hold on. Oh, come on. What the hell?
Somebody got beat Los before he find it. Hurry up. Limitless. There we go. Limitless.
Watch a Limitless TV show. So good.
Oh yeah, there was a TV show. I forgot about that. I need to watch that. I never watched it.
No, so good.
I never watched it. I kept telling myself like, man, it looks kind of corny. I don't know.
it's not. It has like 1 or 2 episodes.
Yeah.
But it is so good from episode 1 to the last episode. You're gonna love it. This third and fourth to last, I like the least.
Okay.
It's such a good show.
Well, even Legion says Legion in chat said it's worth it, and they don't get impressed by a lot, so that says a lot. I gotta add that to my list now. Gotta add that to my list.
Absolutely.
But no, yeah, my recommendation. I know I recommended it before, probably in a previous episode. Watch High Fidelity on Hulu. It's great, and also find some time to walk away from social media and your phones and electronics and TV. One thing that I learned from going through the pandemic is I need to slow down and just turn my brain off for a second. Just turn it off. Don't be on social media. There were times where I took a break from my phone for a few hours after work, and I just felt different, like in a good way. So that's one of my 2 recommendations for today. So other than that, chat, I do appreciate everybody hanging out tonight. Chat was on fire tonight. Thank you guys for everybody who's watching here live. From my people who are listening, either on audio version or watching us on YouTube, if you want to catch the show live, go to twitch.tv/K2THAJ. You can catch the show live, and you might even catch some stuff that we talk about live on the show that you won't hear on the recorded version. So do that.
Don't forget to watch us on Fight Night.
Oh, yeah. So me and Los are going to try to, Fight Night. That's what we're going to call it. Fight Night. I like it.
Fight Night.
I like it. Me and Los, a few days ago before now, we streamed Street Fighter on Twitch. So we're going to try to do a Fight Night once a week if it's possible. And we're going to do a fighting game, a brawler, something like that. Just to kind of add some new content for you guys. I'm actually thinking about adding some of that content on our YouTube channel as well. I think that'll be interesting. So yeah, next week we're going to try Injustice Part 2, I think, right?
Yeah, I have both, so it doesn't matter.
All right, cool. So next week we're going to do Injustice Part 2. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you guys. Make sure if you listen to the audio version, leave a comment, rate the podcast. That'll also move us up higher in the podcast rankings. And if you're watching us on YouTube, you know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Thumbs up, subs up. And don't forget to hit the notification bell.
There we go. All right, guys, we're going to get ready to head out of here. Have a great rest of your night. We love you.
Have a good day. Have a good night. Make love to your woman. Make love to your man. Whatever makes you happy. Don't forget to vote. And we love you.
All right. Peace out, guys.
Later, guys.
What?